Right. Hello, hello all. Today we're talking to Squib. Very excited to chat with Squib. I don't know much about Squib, but Squib wanted to come on and talk about stuff. So that is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call him up right now. Make sure he's ready. He does play viola and Launchpad and some other stuff. Alright. How do I call him? Alrighty. You're calling.
Hello.
Hello. How we doing?
Yay.
Don't see any video.
No, I haven't started it yet.
Oh.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, now?
Oh, there we go. Cool. Cool room. Alright, give me just a second.
I exist now.
There he is. There's Squib. Welcome, Squib. What's up?
Yes. Hello.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good.
It's the end of the day, but it has not been a particularly tiring day.
A chill day. It's the
Yes.
weekend.
It is the weekend.
Very nice. Great. Well, hey man, what brings you on? What do you want to chat about? I know there's some things. Can you tell us a little about yourself? I've seen you on the Discord.
Yeah. So, I'm trying to figure out where to start. Like,
Well, you sent me some stuff before. You were talking about you play viola, right?
I do. I have it out. I have it here.
Oh, nice. Beautiful viola there. How long have you been playing viola for?
Well, I started on violin.
Okay.
I started when I was like 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's like my entire life. And I mean, I love it. It's great.
Yes. So you're like a real musician, like it's in your DNA since you started so young.
You could say that, yeah.
Is your technique just second nature to you? Is it just like tying your shoes? Like you don't even think about it?
For the most part, some of the more recently when I've been trying to play. Okay, so when I was trained, everything was 12-veto. Like everything was 12. Those are the notes, right?
Right. You have 12 notes.
So that kind of is second nature, and most of the technique is second nature. But I'm only now getting better at actually playing just major thirds because, well, for example, because like that's not something I did. Like I would I'd place my finger down, and if it wasn't quite right, I'd, without even thinking about it, just like roll my finger a little bit to put it in the right spot.
Okay. You mean you would naturally put your finger on the just third or on the 12 veto third?
On the 12-veto third.
I see. Okay.
And so now that I've gotten into like microtonal music and all this, now I'm starting to learn how to do this, and I think I've gotten a whole lot better at it, and it sounds way nicer. There's like even like normal people can't tell the difference, but they say it sounds better.
I see. So you've
Like, it's
tested
not like
this
I'm
on your
giving it-
friends and stuff.
Well, it's not like I've given it to them and like done a test of like compare it, but it's like when I'm just noodling in the basement and then I go back upstairs, they'll tell me like, "Hey, that sounds really nice."
Oh, right on. But when you
Right.
play 12
and it
veto, they're
does
like,
sound really nice.
right. No, I
Because
see what you're saying.
Like I haven't done like any sort of testing, but just like observing the way people react and observing how it sounds to me. It's better, even if it still sounds like a major third.
Yeah, if I could hazard a guess, they probably also say you sound good when you're playing 12. But the point is, they don't say you sound bad when you're playing a 5/4 major third.
Right.
Right. So how do you practice that? Like, how do you know you're doing it correctly?
Well, I mean, I guess that depends on what correctly means.
Like, how do you know you're nailing the interval? Do you check it against a reference, or
the JI lock thing?
You can hear the JI lock. Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Do you want? Would it be putting you on the spot to demonstrate? Would you like to demonstrate, or?
Yeah, I can demonstrate. Gonna move back a little bit and give myself room.
Yeah, if you don't mind, can you show us the difference between those two intervals and maybe even describe the experience a little bit? Like how...
So it's like... Let me just make sure I'm in tune.
I'm actually getting like... I'm not getting the audio. I think... Is your noise canceling on?
Oh, that's true, because I'm doing the audio from my headphones. And it's not picking that up. That's true, you're not.
I don't know if you can turn your noise canceling off.
Well, I don't even think it's a noise cancel, but I can see.
Well, do you have a, how am I hearing your voice, though? Don't you have a microphone? It's your headset? I see. Hey, Adam. Hey, Lazy Vinky. Hey, Danu. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? I don't hear anything now. I'm not hearing anything. Nah. It was kind of coming through before, but it sounded like noise cancellation.
Okay.
If you go to your... Oh, there we go. I could hear that. Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I think that's gonna work, yeah.
So... It's like... I can hear the AI lock. It's really strong on really simple intervals. I mean, I guess that's obvious.
So that was what was that, a minor third, major third?
That
was a major third?
Then that's the minor.
Oh, okay.
And there's the 7 to 6 subminor.
Oh, interesting. And what's the 6/5?
What?
And that's the 6/5 again?
Yeah, that was the 7 to 6.
Oh, okay.
So there's 6 to 5. There's 7 to 6.
Interesting.
I can't hit 8 to 7 very well.
And can you do the 12 Ito minor third?
Maybe. I think, yeah.
You know, it's crazy. They sound like...
If I think about it, I can't do it, because when I think about it, I'm trying to do the just one. But if I don't think about it, I'm pretty sure that it...
Interesting. They sound very different.
It's definitely...
They sound so different even though they're so close.
No.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of surprising.
In some ways it's not.
But so what do you do? So have you found any? Do you ever do that stuff in an ensemble, or you're just doing that at home?
I'm just doing it at home. I mostly started experimenting with it as I got out of high school, and now that I'm doing college online, it's like, well, can't really. I mean, you can't college orchestra. I mean, it just sounds really complicated. So I've mostly just been experimenting by myself.
I see. Hey, maybe we should turn the noise cancellation back on because it's harder to hear you voice. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
At least when you're not playing. Or turn your volume up. Either one. I guess I could turn you up in my headphones too, actually. I hope everybody. Let me know if anybody watching. Let me know if the volume needs to be adjusted. If I need to turn him up, I probably do actually. So yeah, you were saying. Well, you showed me some stuff earlier. Oh, there we go. Nice. We were talking about, well, you play Launchpad, right? And you're saying
So the advantage of Launchpad is I don't have to already know what the note sounds like. Because if I'm playing on the viola, like I can't know if I'm playing the right thing. Because I have to know what it sounds like. But here it's just buttons.
Yes.
So.
And can you show us the Launchpad? Can we see like what kind of layout do you use?
Here's
and
the buttons. It's not on. I've got some code that'll. Actually, I should share my screen now, right?
If you want, yeah, sure.
Yeah, because then you can also hear it.
Yeah.
So, you do this. I do this. There's the code.
Interesting. So what are we looking? What are we even looking at? What is this code?
Can you see the little other window that popped up? I'm guessing no. Okay.
I see one window, which is a bunch of code.
So, what it actually looks like when I run the code is I get this little window.
Oh.
It does not take up the whole screen. It's really tiny.
I see.
And then I can click the buttons, and then it lights up and makes sound.
Oh, that's awesome.
So.
Can you show us that again? Yeah.
With the colors.
So
right now I have it set to magic temperament.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the red, orange, green, blue, and purple. So, and so, each color is like its own set of Pythagorean tuning, basically. So fourths and fifths.
So all the pinks are a fourth apart, basically.
Or a fifth.
Right.
Yeah, because there's you can see 1 out of 5 of all the ones are red.
So if I go the chess knight movement,
actually, this way.
It's a fifth.
If you go up 2 and left 1, or maybe it might be right 1.
Yeah. Up 2,
you go
left
up 2 and right 1, that's a perfect fifth. If you go up 1 and left 2, that's a perfect fourth.
I don't know if it's flipped on the camera or something, but I think
it is.
Yeah, so
or maybe
if they're the same color, they're a fourth or a fifth apart, depending on which direction you're going. Yeah. Okay.
Or a major second or whatever. And it's like that for all of the ones that I could do. So
what is just going to the left 1?
That's the small step of magic temperament. So that would be like an octave minus 3 major thirds.
So it's like a whole step or a half step, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you go up 1, what is it?
That's just a major third.
A major third. Okay, the magic major third. I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So what I like about doing it this way is I can, well, for when it's isomorphic, which is really important to me because that, like, I don't have to know what note I'm on. If I want to play a certain interval from where I am, I can just, it's always the same. And I don't have to worry about whether, like, how to play that interval, and I don't even have to worry about whether or not it exists, because everything's the same. But also the colors actually help me play, because if I know the note I'm going to play is some Pythagorean interval, like an octave or a fifth or whatever, then I know it's going to be the same color, so that I don't have to count squares so many, right? Because I'm only looking at a fifth of the squares.
Yeah.
It just makes it a lot easier to practically play. It's also useful for, like, thinking about it, because, like, if I modulate, then that's gonna, like, if I'm playing with only the red and purple, it's gonna sound like, but if I modulate to then being purple and blue, then it's,
Oh, yeah. Nice. So
and
do
then if I
the
go back,
yeah.
it's like, so it's,
yeah.
okay, what were we
So
saying?
so if you root everything on like one color, like if you say like pink is your main color, then if you add some other kind of color, you get a particular flavor. Is that what you're saying?
Right,
And
right, and that's,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly it.
All right.
Um,
And do those colors like align with a particular like subgroup of interval? Like is one color combination like septimal and one color combination is like
I
five
usually
limit
just do it
basically?
based on, like, the color wheel, just because it's simpler. So if I, and you can do it multiple ways, but the way I like to do it is, 2 and 3 are the same color already. So then we take the next smallest one, which is 5, and intervals that are separated by a prime 5 are going to be adjacent in the rainbow.
Okay.
So blue and purple, or like green and orange or whatever. Usually there would be something in between green and orange, but on this one there's not. Yeah.
Does
And
that line up with Kite's color notation at all, or color system at all? Or is it just different?
it lines up some,
Yeah.
not a lot, but there are some diagrams of, like, the kite guitar, which is in Magic Temperament,
Yes. Yeah.
and it looks kind of like this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But then the thing about the program, which is really the whole reason I made, oh, I didn't mean to close it so suddenly. The main reason I made the program in the first place is so that I could experiment with different ones. So if I change the location, so this is the perfect fourth. Can you see my cursor?
Oh, hold on one second. Okay. Yes.
Okay, there's the perfect fourth.
Yeah.
There's the perfect fifth. And so this says perfect fourth is at 2 to the right and 1 up. And the perfect fifth is 1 to the left and 2 up. So if I change that to,
Oh, okay.
say I want to do Orwell. I'm trying to remember what that is. I think it might just be this. That's probably wrong. Okay, whatever. We'll try and see what I get. How about that?
How about it?
It's been too long since I did Orwell.
You've neglected Orwell.
I have.
Poor Orwell. Hey, Mr. Leaky. What's going on, dude?
Oh no, I got it right.
You got it. Excellent.
I got it.
Can we see the layout on the thing?
Oh yeah,
on a
the
launch
camera.
pad. Yeah.
Yeah. You can give it a second for the camera to adjust. So
Yes.
here there's 7 colors. Um,
Interesting.
and actually I didn't actually adjust the um how it's colored. So here, this color step is basically telling it here's the interval that's adjacent. So I made it the major third because I wanted 5 to be like adjacent on the rainbow. But the major third is in a different spot in Orwell.
Okay.
So if I make it colored properly, now it looks like this. This is what it should look like.
Okay. And that's your Orwell
So
layout.
this is Orwell.
So the
So
fifths are still similar.
yeah,
So
it's
what's left to
each
right now?
left to right is still a small step. It's I believe in even I don't remember if it's a smaller step than yeah, it is a slightly smaller step than in Magic. So
And then going up would be like sub minor thirds.
yeah,
Okay. Interesting.
so so this small step is the difference between 4 sub minor thirds and an octave.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if you go up 7, is it 7 or it's 7? If you go up 7 steps, then you arrive at the perfect tritive or perfect 12th, and that's the same color.
Yeah, but we don't get that on any of the rows, do we?
Well, no, it's the
Oh,
columns.
you do. They're on the edges. So the
They're on the very
edges
edges, yeah.
are a twelfth apart.
Um,
Okay, interesting.
and Orwell is nice because it's really accurate in the 7 limit.
So when you adjust that layout, does it adjust the tuning too?
You mean like when I change the colors, or when I actually change the tuning?
So
Like
yeah, when you typed in the first numbers before you changed the colors, that was changing the tuning.
that was changing it from Magic to Orwell.
Okay, so that is a different tuning, right? So you're
Yeah,
just literally playing like
and
a rank 2 temperament, right?
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just by default, it's the Pythagorean intervals are just. If I mean,
Okay.
just because that's how I make it, right?
Yeah.
I can start with some other intervals that I want to be just, and then divide them some other way, and get whatever temperament.
So you don't
I
do
can
like
also tune
yeah.
to an I can also tune to an Edo if I want. Right now I have it off. I forget where. Oh, up here. Right now it's off, but usually I leave it off because I don't really see the point unless there's something that needs it to be in an Edo. I'd rather just take the accuracy where I can get it.
I see. Did you make this program?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Um,
It was originally intended to be more. It was going to be like I can play on the Launchpad on it, but also I had planned for it to basically be an entire DAW where I could like compose music in it and edit the music and play it. But that's kind of not really happened because the temperament that I want to make music in, which is Miracle, it doesn't really fit. Here, let me show. So, um, Miracle is this. Uh, sure. Something's wrong. Oh, that's what it is. So Miracle divides the perfect fifth into 6 equal parts.
okay.
Um,
Interesting. 6 equal parts.
so I should tell you about how I
So Miracle's in
Yeah,
31 EDO. Yeah.
It's nice because, well, I guess I should explain. So for a while, I was mostly focused on trying to find a temperament. Like now that I found it, it's Miracle. But for a long time, I was looking for one using this Launchpad and program that I made.
Okay.
And the way that I thought of the temperaments is it's a system I made that's analogous to Ploidicott or Peer Guns or whatever. And it's basically
Yeah. So you just
what I already showed you.
split the fifth into some
Taking
number
the
of steps.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So you always start with a perfect fifth. It sounds like that's kind of your baseline.
well, I'm starting with the. It's not just the perfect fifth though. It's Pythagorean tuning. It's 2 and 3.
So what's the difference between? So you have an octave and a perfect fifth. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because if you only had the perfect fifth, you wouldn't have octaves.
Right. So is the So are those intervals are tempered then? The fifth is, or does the octave get tempered too, or what?
The fifth and octave are just. By
So they're
default.
both just. I see. Okay. So, So when you do layouts and stuff, do you end up with like commas and stuff in the?
I mean,
Do you end up with commas, or like yeah?
I guess if my launchpad was really big, but also
okay,
I
I
wouldn't
see,
really
yeah.
care because
Right.
that's notes so far away that I'm not gonna play it at the same time anyway.
I see.
Right? Because
Okay.
I don't want the whole reason I'm doing this instead of just using an equal temperament is because I like being able to like the position of it. Like I can say if I go this much in this direction, it's a major third. Like on Miracle Temperament, a major third is 3 steps to the right and 1 step up, or 3 secors and 1 small step. I still haven't really thought of a good way to refer to the small step, but it's the small step. And I much prefer 3 to the right and 1 up to trying to count out however many steps of whatever Edo it is. I don't want to do that.
Sure.
And here I pulled up the graph. So I do some things in Desmos. I like Desmos a lot.
Okay.
Where here's the Desmos.
Yes. We see Desmos. So I see
Yes.
P1, N2, C9.
So this is I needed a way to make it into, because what I had is this is Ploidicott. This is just the Ploidicott notation. So this is the Ploid, and then like how much it's moved. But I don't remember honestly. But it's just easier if I show you. So magic is this. So if this is again, can you see my cursor?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So this one is the unison. This is the fourth, and this is the fifth. So the octaves up here. And looking at it this way, this shows the notes that I have. So the 3 to 1 is up here, and that divides it into 5.
Wait, way up there? Oh, I see. That's where
turn the grid on.
that's where the line would intersect.
Oh, I have to wait.
Or
Yeah.
I see.
But mostly it's just this made it a lot easier for me to think about it, and it also lines up with what I see on the Launchpad. Because
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. I don't know. But I don't really use it that much anymore because, like I said, I've already found Miracle. So,
So what do you like about Miracle? But
um,
isn't it also problematic? So why is Miracle your favorite, and why is it what makes it difficult, or why do
okay. Yeah, why I like it is it's just I was looking for specifically a temperament that had accurate and simple approximations for the 11 limit. So primes up
okay.
to 11. Magic is great in the 7 limit,
Hmm.
but I wanted prime 11 as well, and I wanted something that was simple and accurate. And Miracle is by far the best thing for that. At first, I was kind of biased against it because on the diagram I was showing you, it divides the fifths and sixths, which kind of looks boring on the graph. I know it's silly, but I was like, no, I don't want Miracle. It looks like the diagram for it's boring. I want a different one.
Oh.
And the way I like to say it is I kind of, at some point, I had stopped trying to avoid Miracle. Because when I was doing like the temperament searches on, I think it was Sintel's calculator, and I was like, okay, here's this comma that I want, right? I definitely want the Marvel comma. I definitely want this other one. I don't remember, honestly. It was a long time ago. But Miracle just kept turning up, no matter what I did or what methods I tried to use to search.
I see.
And eventually I was just like, okay, fine, I'll try it. Looking back, it also is like supported by oh, I accidentally pushed the button. George Sekar, who came up with it. What he was looking for was a way to accurately approximate Harry Partch's 43-tone JI scale, which is
Okay.
a scale of the most important intervals in the 11 limit.
Right.
So when we're trying to so basically he arrived at the same conclusion of we're trying to approximate in a simple and accurate way the 11 limit.
I see. Yeah.
We got Miracle. It also supports 31 and 41 Ito, which, as far as I can tell, are definitely the most popular, most used microtonal Itos for low limit JI.
Yes. For low limit JI. Yes. Well,
So,
maybe 53 should be on that list
well,
too.
that's true.
But yeah. Yeah, I
but
think you're right about that though. Yeah.
Yeah. And also the simplicity of just dividing the perfect fifth and sixth has turned out to be really nice for notation. The bad thing that you asked about is the Launchpad. It doesn't fit super well. The perfect fifth is from here to here. That's the
Okay.
perfect fifth, which takes up that's almost my entire range. Which
Yes.
is not
So you
great.
don't get much
I want to
range.
say. I don't get much range. I can't even play harmonic seventh. Wait, no, I can.
Should we be hearing that? I think you stopped your screen share, so I can't hear it.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
So
Yeah, the highest I can get is. I know why I made it backwards. So I can get a harmonic seventh, but that's the highest.
So if you had like a Lumitone or maybe a instrument, just like a larger controller, or even like a couple more launch pads, do you think it would be
Yeah.
more approachable?
Probably. The other thing with the Launchpad specifically is it's just kind of awkward to program because it's made primarily for use specifically with Novation's stuff and like with Ableton Live and whatever.
Right.
And it's like plug and play kind of thing, but it also has a programmer mode.
Yeah.
So I've been looking a little bit into Mistrix, which is basically a Launchpad, but completely 100% open source. So like you could build one.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
it's still I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing that. But it is at least something I'm considering because there's so many just weird oddities about the Launchpad that make it difficult to program with.
Are you familiar with PitchGrid?
No.
PitchGrid is a retuning software. You would use it like in a DAW,
Okay.
but it's like all rank 2 based.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
And I'm pretty sure it integrates with Launchpad. Actually, I can check real quick. I'm pretty sure it has like a layout editor for Launchpad, and it'll
Because the biggest thing that has turned me off from most DAWs is that everything is one-dimensional. It's like I can input a scale, but I can't input just an entire rank 2 temperament. It would have to be some subset of that rank 2 as a scale, which makes it harder to work with for what I want to do. Because I mean, even mean tone, right? Mean tone is a rank 2 temperament, and like, sure, we use 7 and 12 note scales of it all the time, but I haven't found any tools that actually let me just compose in actual mean tone and not some subset of it,
right.
or at least not easily.
Yeah, it's got Launchpad integration.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
No.
You don't have this. Here, let me just share my screen real quick. I'll just show you this. See this?
I do see that.
So you can like change the layout here,
Ah.
and this like is designed to work with Launchpad. It'll also do like Linstrument or Lumitone or X key.
I like this.
And it updates in real time, and actually it works with your, like in conjunction with your DAW. So like,
I like this very much.
if you have pitch grid up in your DAW, then as you change the tuning, it'll change the layout to work with your tuning, and it's all rank 2 based. It's like completely like the rank.
Yeah, I can see that from this. That's
Rank 2 is baked into the logic, so you would know how to work this better than I do.
yeah. This is the thing I'm looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, you should look into pitch grid. This sounds like very much in alignment with kind of the way you're approaching this stuff.
It is. Yes.
Yes.
Sweet.
But yeah, I'll send you a link after we talk. But yeah. Well, that's cool. So what were we talking about? Sorry, I kind of derailed the conversation.
We were talking about like
talking
hardware
about-
and software and how to actually
Yeah.
like do this stuff in computers.
Yes.
I've been doing it on paper,
Okay.
just writing down like this. Been
I'm
doing.
having a hard time making it out. I see some downs. Did you send me a picture of that?
I don't think I sent you a picture of this particular one.
Oh, okay.
I can probably pull it up on my screen though.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's just hard to make out on the camera.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah. Can I stream my Discord stream? I can. That's hilarious. Okay, hang on.
Wait.
There we go. That's something.
This is amazing.
So,
Okay. Oh, I can hear myself.
oh no, I closed Discord.
I still see you.
Okay,
Why am I good?
let's not.
I'll just stop
let's
talking
not-
for a minute.
I'll just not stream Discord. That sounds like a good idea. I'm not gonna screen share Discord. on
Oh
the
yeah, okay,
Discord.
yeah, that
Well,
makes sense.
that's
Just share the picture if you can, like open it in your browser or whatever.
but you can do one of the other ones I sent you a picture of.
All right.
Like Yizen. You have that one where I transcribed Yizen,
Let me
the first bit
see.
of it.
Let me look. Izeni, is that what is this
Yeah.
called? All right.
Yep.
So this. So yeah, what are we looking at here? I see. Are these like fret markings or?
So that's each hmm. So each line on the notebook paper is one second.
Okay.
And so when I write a note on that line, that's like starting, that's like that note. If it's an up arrow, it's one small step higher. If it's a down arrow, it's one small step lower.
Ah, how do I flip this? I don't know if I can.
I, well, hang on. That you're on the first picture.
Oh, I
Well, go
should.
to the other ones because they're the individual pages, and they're right.
I see. Okay. Okay, cool.
So yeah, um, and this was just like I had the system of the lines are secors and the up and down arrows. Most of the rest I kind of just made up as I went because
What are these
I haven't done a whole lot
slashes?
on notating. Those are supposed to be rests. Like I said, I'm kind of just I was making it up as I went because
Oh, this is
I figured
notation.
if it's this is notation. I was just making it up as I went because if it didn't work, then I would figure that out and then I would know why it didn't work and I'd know what to change versus just trying to figure out what the notation should be without actually using it. Because that's a great way to make a notation that nobody will ever use. Um,
Interesting. So, um,
and mostly it's just for me,
right.
but that's because it's written down.
Uh,
That lets me practice it on my viola because I have little. I don't know if you could see when I showed you before, but there's tapes on here. Those are the secars. So, um, that helps me play. And looking at the sheet music as I play the notes helps me know that I'm hitting the right note, and that helps me learn what it's supposed to sound like.
uh,
And then I can, yeah, it's helpful for that.
hey, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I kind of messed up the
Okay.
audio. I'll be right back.
I still have, I'm not sharing my screen.
Okay, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. So, so when I'm looking at this,
Mm-hmm.
um, is this a whole note or is this just like saying this is where you start? Like it's a little oval.
The
It looks like a whole note. Is that?
the circle means it's right on that note, so it's not up or down a small step.
I see. So there any
Um,
rhythmic notation here, or is it all just?
yeah, it's rhythmic. Let me share my screen so you can hear me again, and I'll play it, or what I can reach on the Launchpad.
Okay.
Okay. So, um, I'll start here. No, I'll start here. So, the dot means continue the previous note. So it's like holding the note. And the
Okay.
slash is the rest.
So are we starting on this page here?
Yeah, so we start there and
Okay.
then do the first line. And the solid, like the thicker lines, every 6 are the perfect fit. That's throwing up. Nope. I haven't done this on Launchpad.
I think I was actually following along. Okay, yeah.
And then I can't reach that one up there. Nope. There you go. And then it does the thing where it steps down, but it's not in the melody. And it goes above my range. And then it goes below my range. You get the idea.
Interesting. So is that something you wrote, or is it somebody else's song?
That's Yizen. Lamplight wrote it.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
But it's nice because the melody is simple enough that I can actually write it down and play it. And yeah.
So do you have a way to transpose your layout on the fly so that you can access some of those intervals that are out of range, or?
That's one of the things I wanted to program in, but since I kind of stopped working on this program, I haven't done that.
I see.
It looks like the pitch grid does that though, so that should be handy once I figure out how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I know you can change the layout on the fly, so I don't know if it has like an octave jump button or anything like that. It might though. Cool. And you said you wanted to talk about equivalence. What are your thoughts on equivalence? And what do you mean by equivalence? Do you mean like octave equivalence? I'm assuming that's what you mean.
It can be octave equivalence. It can also just be, I mean, like
tritive equivalence too? Okay, so any equivalence.
I need to stop the sound so I stop accidentally pushing buttons. Okay. So, like, I mean, like, whenever I have a conversation, like, on Discord, for example, about, I mean, just regular music things, it always bugs me that octaves are, like, assumed to not exist. It feels like I know like, people aren't thinking of it like that, but it feels like, I mean, even in this conversation, I was talking about how we're dividing, like, the 3-limit just intonation into whatever subdivisions. You were like, oh, dividing the fifth. Just because, like, the way we think about rank 2 temperaments is, oh, there's one generator, and then there's the period. It's kind of, like, off to the side, it feels like.
Yeah.
But I don't... It's always felt... Well, not always, but since I got into microtonal music, it's just felt wrong that in the place where we're exploring and, like, pushing past the, like, regular rules and norms and saying, hey, this is how we've done music before, but we don't have to do it only like that. But in the way we think about other tunings and enharmonic tunings, we've still defined it fundamentally based off of periods and equivalence. And I just think that's kind of silly because we don't need to do that. Like, it's useful sometimes to have, because it removes some information, which makes the remaining information easier to process in some ways.
I'm not sure I'm following your take here. So are you saying that, what are you saying? Are you saying equivalence is arbitrary?
It's not.
Or you're saying that I'm
saying it's a construct. It's not arbitrary per se. I mean, you can certainly pick an arbitrary one, but octaves in particular, like, if you're gonna have a period, octaves are a great one for obvious reasons. I don't really think I need to explain that.
So how do you feel about like?
But I don't think an octave is this.
Okay.
Like they don't sound identical. They don't sound the same. They sound different,
Th-
and
Okay.
because they're different notes. Like I would never mistake a 5-4 ratio for a 5-2 ratio, for example.
Yes. Okay. Right. But people do tend to confuse intervals like that when they're really high up in the frequency spectrum. I don't know if you know
Sure,
that.
but I would say that's mostly due to conditioning because that's how we're taught and that's how we think of music. And so then we learn the association between the notes in different octaves. I think that association is learned, and I mean it's learned in me too. I do recognize because I mean I experience that as well, but I think that is learned because I grew up and hear music in an environment where everything is octave periodic.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
and
one of
again, I'm not.
those things where it's like it's how do you even test for it? Because if it's so ubiquitous, it's hard to say
Yeah.
what the source of it
Um,
is.
one of the ways I have been doing that is trying to sort of learn the same thing with tridifs. Um, and it's taken a while, but I think to some extent it is doing the same thing. Like I'm noticing just in like popular music, there's a lot of tridif doubling, especially over the bass. Like
Hmm.
so many of the songs have, and I hadn't even noticed before, but so many songs have over the bass line or over some other melodic line, it's doubled a tridif above, um, and it feels really natural, but also it's not something I noticed before, and I don't know. I mean, like you're right, like it's hard to know because everything is octave equivalent,
I mean, is
pretty
that
much.
does a particular harmony showing up a lot imply equivalence though? You know what I mean? Like, or is it just that just sounds good? I mean, is
Well,
that
I mean, I would say I don't think I think octaves are equivalent in the same way that um 9-8 and 10-9 are equivalent. Like they're not the same. They you can treat them the same, and sometimes that can be very useful. But they're not.
that's I mean that's sort of interesting, I guess. So, what do you think about like a stretched octave is the same class of interval as a pure octave?
I mean,
I mean, I think most people would
uh,
think that. What do you think about that?
yeah, if it's close enough. Like, I mean, in Miracle, like the major third is flat by a few cents. I would still call it a major third. It's still the thing that makes it pleasant to the ear is that it's. Oh, I'm sorry. The thing that makes it pleasant is that it's near a 4-5 ratio.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not. It's mostly on. Um, I haven't experimented too much with stretching or compressing the octave, but I mean, if it makes the other things more in tune, then I don't see why not.
Right. So yeah. So it sounds like you like pure ratio intervals.
Yeah, I do. It part of it's probably just bias because I like math and it, but I mean, you can't really explain away the bias. It's like it's there, but I do think they sound better to some capacity.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people do. I also, I think like JI sounds amazing on like strings and in choir and like there's certain
Oh yeah.
contexts where it really shines, and I think string instruments is one of them.
Hmm.
Um,
And that's
yeah.
the other nice thing is even like I I've been. Oh, this is swing. I've been trying to play in closer to JI on my viola since I got into microtonal music,
Mm.
which is even before I've started doing this stuff with Miracle. But since I started writing down the music as Miracle notation and putting the tapes on my viola
Yeah.
to go along with that, it's made it a lot easier to play in just intonation.
Yeah.
Because I can put my finger on this tempered interval, which is really close because Miracle's a really accurate temperament. And then from there, it's just listening for the JI lock. But knowing, like having this as a framework
Mm.
has been really, really useful.
So your
Kind of like
fret
having,
markers are miracle markers?
yes.
Okay, interesting. So do you mind explaining like where those lines are on that?
So
So what are
each
the red lines? Are those fifths?
first the red lines were fifths, and then this particular one was the glare of the light. I can't get rid of it. There it is.
Yeah.
Um, so at first this one was not red,
Okay.
and then the red ones were perfect fifths.
I
But
see. See
I
that.
decided to make this one red because it would help, and it has helped.
Is that the what is that?
That's the neutral third.
Neutral third. That's yeah. Interesting.
Mostly because I was doing Yazen that I showed you before,
Yeah.
and you used that a lot.
So is the major third above that and the minor third below that, or is that
Well,
is
the tapes
between
are
those?
entire secors, so the major third is just a little bit above
I
the
see.
that red tape. So
Interesting.
a small step is a third to a fourth secor. In 31, it's a third. In 41, it's a fourth. So somewhere in there.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
Do you
and it doesn't
alternate
really.
tuning like do you alternate 31 and 41 or do you just think like oh, I'm in Miracle?
I just think like I'm in Miracle.
Okay.
I can't play accurately enough to distinguish between a third of a like
Yeah.
you know.
It's
I
kind of
just do
interesting
a little
actually
bit
cuz like I don't know
because
that I've met a acoustic musician who's doing um ring 2 temperament specifically. Like I've heard of people doing like raw JI like on strings but not like
mhm.
Miracle.
I mean I think rank 2 temperaments are in my opinion the perfect middle ground between JI and rank 1s because JI is um, I mean even just in terms of simplicity, not like accuracy aside. JI is complex because each prime gets a different dimension, and Itos are complex because you have to go up a million steps. I mean, it's not a million, but it's too many to count quickly. Whereas rank 2 temperaments, you're only dealing with 2 dimensions, but the number of steps you have to traverse is so much smaller.
Interesting.
Like, and that's what enables me to notate Yazen like this. I mean, you can't see it on the camera, but like
Yeah.
I can like the vertical position indicates how many sectors it is, and the shape of the note head indicates how many small steps up or down from that it is, and it's really easy to read because Miracle is a simple temperament.
Mm,
Um,
I see.
and then I also get most of the accuracy of JI, not all of it, but
Right.
I get like the accuracy of 41 or 31 or 72 Ito. But with it's way more simple.
Interesting. That's interesting. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm starting to understand the appeal of this style, this approach, this style of thinking. Um, I've never really heard it explained that way, where like a Ito is actually like a more complicated version of a temper. Like in my mind, for me personally, like Itos seem more straightforward than temperaments for the most part. But I can see how, like, okay, you're playing a miracle, you're defining it as like basically in the span of one period, it encompasses this scale basically. Is there like a particular number of steps to one period of miracle, or is that I think I'm just approaching this the wrong way.
I mean, you could think about it that way, and that is how most people think about rank 2 temperaments,
Yeah.
but I don't really think about it having a period at all. Like, in some sense, the octave is a period. Like, in some sense, it's only periods because
Yeah. Right.
because I mean, it goes on infinitely. Like, I could write, I don't know why I would, but if I wanted to, I could write a, like, 8 small steps down from a note. That's a thing I can do.
Yeah.
But I don't really think of it as having a period. It's just, I mean, it's the same way that rank 1 temperaments don't have a period. Like, yes, you could call 12 veto 12 equal divisions of the octave, and then the octave is the period. But you could also just define it as the temperament where you have the step is 107ths wide, and that's it. Like, that's all you need to define it.
That's true. Yeah.
And so I think of miracle as just, I mean, here's another way to think about it. Does JI have a period?
Well, I mean, that's
Like,
complicated.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like the question doesn't really make that much sense. Like, it sort of does, but also we don't think of it that way.
Depends on your
Um,
scale, I guess.
right. But I don't, yeah, I don't really use periods. I mean, I do sometimes, and I probably would if I,
Well, you use
because
fifths
they're
and
useful,
octaves. You use fifths
right?
and octaves.
Because they're useful. But it's not baked into the notation system or anything.
Okay. The notation is miracle,
Yes.
which is
It divides the perfect.
secors and
Yes.
divides the perfect fifth into 6.
Into 6 secors, and then you also
Yeah.
have octaves.
You also have octaves.
I think of it as secors and the small step. I don't have a good name for it. I wish I did.
So the
But
secor
then you
doesn't
take,
line up with the octave, but that gives you another small step. The difference
right,
between
so it's
those.
10 secors. So I think of it as not secors and octaves, but secors and small steps. And then at 10 secors and a small step, you get an octave.
Yeah, right.
At
Yeah.
16 secors and a small step, you get a tritive, and so on and so on.
Interesting. Okay. I see.
I also I made it has some other accidentals, not a lot, but for example, if you want to use 13 limit or 17 limit intervals, those aren't like easily and obviously available in Miracle.
Okay.
But so, but if you have 13, it's really easy to get to 17 because I don't remember honestly. But basically, I only need one new accidental to notate both of them, which makes it easy.
So
Or easier.
if you add a step size that gives you 13, it also gives you 17. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay. And is that
And
a smaller step or a medium step or what?
it is
I assume it must be smaller, right?
right. It's around a half to a third the size of a small step.
Okay.
So, um, are you seeing this? The screen?
Um. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so if I... Right, so here's this. I don't use this much, so I apologize if it takes forever. So here's like the major third. We go up 3 sectors and 1 small step.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
I don't remember. Oh, I have a diagram for this.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people like rank 2 because it simplifies the notation potentially, but I haven't really seen that being applied very much.
Yeah, and I was gonna. I guess it would look like this. It would look like a little like down arrow to be like, hey, it's a little bit lower, like that sort of.
Okay.
Um, that particular interval is probably not anything meaningful. But like, oh, why does it take so annoying to undo this? Okay, so this is 11 to 12. If I add this little arrow here, now it's 12 to 13.
Hmm.
And then,
So that gives you the 13 limit.
right, so then this is 12, 13. Can I just write this? Here's 12, 13, 14, 15's here. What am I doing? 15, 16. Nope. 15, 16. And those are equidistant because it tempers out S15.
So those are on
Which is Marvel.
those are on the spaces or the lines? Or are you only
Those
using?
are on the lines.
Are
So
you-
I draw it.
Are you only
like an
using
arrow.
lines?
I'm only using lines. Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah, that I forgot that could be confusing. Yeah, I'm only using the lines. So yeah, there's 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17 is same thing. You get this little arrow down here. And that's 17.
I see.
Um,
So if you add the down arrow, you get 13 and 17.
and then 18's here. Right, so then this is 12 to 18 is the perfect fifth.
Yes.
And so you can see, like, it's got a nice symmetry where...
Okay, yeah. So, okay, interesting.
So the down arrow kind
So you
of
can see
bridges
you
gap.
can see it's 6 divisions of the fifth, and the thick lines are the fifths. So yeah, it's very fifths based.
Yeah.
Notation. So how? So an octave on this. How would you see an octave on this? Not that octaves are super obvious anyway. Like in typical notation, they're not.
Yeah. An octave is...
Because you said it was. I can't remember exactly what.
There's an octave.
Okay.
So
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus a
here's
plus
two.
a
Small step.
plus a small step.
Yeah.
And then what is the step size of the baby, the new baby that gives you 13?
So in 41 and 31, it's 0 steps.
So it's not in those
In-
tunings, yeah.
Right. In 72, it can be 1 or 0. It really only become... Yeah.
But like you explain the difference between the like the secor plus so many subtracted from the octave gives you the original small step. Is there a similar like formula for the new small step?
No, there's not. So this would
Okay.
make it into a rank 3. So when you add the little arrow, then it becomes a rank 3 temperament.
Okay.
And that's called Mirage.
Oh, okay. Miracle and Mirage. Interesting.
So if you... and actually I have a couple other accidentals. This one, that's not the drawing tool. This one looks like a 4. And this one sort of looks like the curve of a 3. Right? I haven't used these much, but they're there if I want them.
The curve of a 3.
Right, because like a 3 is
It's like a
curvy
hump.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh. Right.
So this one is tempered out in 41. This one's tempered out in 31.
Oh. Well, what is it? It's a baby step.
So, this note where you go up 4, it's not drawn well, but you get the idea. That note is the same. So those are the same.
Okay. So
this is not adding a
Yeah.
new dimension. This is
yeah.
This is kind of what you were describing before.
It's a shorthand. Yeah.
Right. And then it's the same thing with the 3, where this, if I go down 3, is the same as this up by a 31 comma.
Wait, those are the same?
So these two are the same. These two are the same.
Oh, so so down 3 above the octave is the octave with. Okay, I see. I think. Yeah. So these are the same, and then these are the same. And these arrows are starting from 1 secor above that.
So this one's starting. So these arrows are starting from 1 secor above. These arrows are starting from 1 secor below.
But it overshoots.
Right.
The 5th.
This one overshoots.
And this one, does this one undershoot? Or is it also, it's more, is this above the 5th? Or?
So in 41, these are both, well, actually, I'm thinking of this as the unison. This is like the middle.
Yeah.
Right at the moment. So in 41, this note, because these two are the same, this note is the same as the unison. And this is 1 step upward. In 31, this one is 1 step upward, and this one is the unison.
Wait, I'm so confused now.
It's just, it's like which commas are tempered out. So this is, this is 81/80.
Okay.
And 121/120. And some other things. So this is every comma, or I guess you could stack this to get every comma that's tempered out in 31, but not in 41.
So neither of these are, neither of these are negative compared to the fat line, right?
No, neither of these is negative.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Because this one is 1 secor down, but then 4 small steps up, which overshoots it.
Yeah.
By a little bit. Unless you're in 41, then it gets to it exactly. And this one is the commas that are tempered out in 41, but not 31. I don't know those off the top of my head. I do know that there's this one, if I'm remembering right, which would be the pentacircle comma. There's probably others.
Pentacircle.
Pentacircle, yes.
Right. All right. Cool.
So then, if you wanted to equate the little baby step, as you called it, I like that term, baby step. You wanted to equate the little guy to one of these two, then you would get one of the extensions of rank 2 miracle. So you would get like mana or benediction. Or,
I don't see your screen anymore.
You're not seeing my screen anymore.
Oh, I got it now, I think.
Okay. But yeah, if you equate
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good.
This arrow,
Uh-huh.
if you equate the arrow to one of these accidentals, then you get benediction or mana, or if you just temper out the arrow entirely, that's a different extension. But I'd rather just I'd rather write it out as the rank 3 because then I'm not assuming any one particular extension. And then if I'm performing, like if I'm gonna perform in 31,
Uh,
then I would get rid of the accidentals that are meaningless in 31 because that simplifies it for when I'm actually reading for the performance. But
okay.
when I'm composing or theorizing or something, I like to use these accidentals because that helps me keep track of what's actually going on. Like as soon as I see this down arrow, I know it's 13 or 17.
Mm.
So this is a
So it
good
wouldn't be in
bridge
31.
between what?
So you won't see that in 31. You'll just get rid of it.
Right, because it's 0 steps. So I'm just gonna erase it because it's just extra stuff for me to ignore.
It's also not in 41, you were saying? So 41 is like just not a good enough 13, I guess.
Yeah, it is, but since also a lot of the time, I most of the time actually, I'm not really trying to aim for any particular Edo.
Right.
So in those cases, this could tell me like if I want to try to play more accurately, I can play the note just a hair lower than I normally would. That's just like I think that is what I would do. I haven't actually had the chance to use these practically because I've been mostly focusing on just learning how to play in Miracle in the first place.
Yeah.
But these are here.
So that is like one of the most common criticisms I feel of like RTT just in general is that it seems like a lot of people who are really into RTT spend more time theorizing than they do playing
Yeah,
music
that's
or
absolutely
composing.
one of the biggest criticisms, and I have fallen into a bit of that myself. Like even when I was searching for temperaments,
Yeah.
I would often go on really big sidetracks on one temperament that was going to be super hyper accurate in whatever prime limit, and I
So you believe it's
um
valid. You think it's a valid
I
critique.
it's definitely a valid critique. And I definitely do fall into that sometimes. I try to not, but I do think there is some value in designing things that you think could actually be useful. Like I made these arrows not because like I wanted to when I was creating this system, I have an 11 limit system. And I know that it is not unlikely that at some point I'm going to want to use higher limits. So I explore and say, what notes are close to these other higher limit intervals? Is there an easy way to approximate them already? And it turns out that this seems to be the best, most efficient way to approximate 13 and 17. No, I don't want to
Yeah.
rate my experience. And so I'm going to add those to my system because I think it could be useful.
Are you also concerned about 19 and 23 and
I do have things for 19 and 23. I guess it does most. I don't feel like doing that. But yeah, the higher you go, the more complicated it gets. The more like little caveats there are,
yeah.
which is to be expected. But yeah, I have gone further. But at a certain point, it's like, okay, because like 13 and 17, I included them here because they're really like it is simple and natural to extend the system to include those. The higher you go, the more awkward it gets. And like at some point, if I do want to use these in the future, I'm gonna figure out a way, and at that point, I probably will flesh out the system a whole lot more anyway. But since it doesn't take too much extra effort to add 13 and 17, then I might as well add them because
So,
and to
yeah,
some extent there's value in doing things because it's fun and because I want to. Like it doesn't
absolutely, yeah,
have
for
to be
sure.
useful.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
it doesn't like if I want to do it and I enjoy
Yeah.
it, then that's worth my time.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but making it like part of my system that I'm actually going to use, I mean it seems useful, so I might as well add it.
Right. Cool. So yeah, have you been do you write much music or
I've
you mostly
it's been something I've tried to do a few times. It's never the times I've tried to do it before, I never really kept going for very long. But I'm starting to get closer to. I'm like actually writing out sketches
Okay.
in Miracle now
Yeah.
of like little small things that I think sound cool.
Yeah. Did you write any music in like 12 equal before you got into this
That
stuff?
a little bit, but I never got very far into it. I don't think I ever actually completed anything.
Sure, yeah.
Um,
Well, cool.
it's one of the like I want to be a composer. Like that's the reason I'm doing all this in the first place is because I want to be able to compose music. Like that's my goal. I guess I.
See.
It's weird that this didn't come up sooner, but I mean it's kind of hard for me to even identify like what is my goal? What am I trying to do? But like this is one of the things that I really want to do is I want to compose music, and I want to make stuff that sounds cool. Um,
Right. Yeah, me too.
and I've just been struggling to find the tools and systems that actually let me do that. So I think I'm
Right.
definitely making progress. I still
From
have a ways to go on my technical skills on the microtonal viola.
so what got you into microtonal music? Like what encouraged the shift? Like why spend all this time and effort? You said you like
Well,
math and stuff. Was that the initial draw? Were you
I think
attracted?
I initially found it through Sevish on YouTube.
Okay, cool.
Um, I don't remember why that got recommended to me because I don't think I was super big on watching music videos on YouTube. But I guess I must have because it got recommended to me and I watched it and it like broke my brain like like yeah. Um I mean I loved it. I think it was Gleam that was the first song that I
Yeah.
heard. And
Yes. I don't know if you're aware, but 22 Ito is apparently the tuning of great minds.
interesting.
Sorry, that's sort of inside joke. Sort of.
Okay.
A public inside joke.
Public inside joke.
It's on the Discord.
Okay. Um
My apologies. Please
but then
continue. Gleam is great. Gleam is amazing. And 22 Ito is amazing. I'm a huge
22
22,
is nice.
huge 22 star.
And then I would go to his more like out there pieces or ones that like I would go specifically to a piece that I didn't understand. Like I would listen to it and my brain just kind of like I know he's trying to say something with this music and I know because like I've heard his other songs and like I know he's not just sticking random notes on a page, but it kind of feels like that. So I listened to it again
Oh,
until
interesting. Yeah.
it stopped sounding like because at first like
Yeah.
I'm only used to 12 veto and my brain is trying to categorize everything into 12 veto categories
Yeah.
and it can't and it's just what even is this, and so I would go to one piece and listen to it again until it stopped feeling like that and I could sort of know what note was coming next just from having listened to it a few times.
Yeah.
Um, and that feeling of discovering what this new music sounds like
Right.
was really what drove me deeper.
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
wanted, because there was so much more that I had never heard before,
Yeah.
and like music is like a giant part of my life, right?
Mm,
And then there's all this music that's like what even is this? Like I've been only playing it. There's more than 12 notes.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
obviously there's more than 12 notes. Like it's a continuous pitch instrument. Like I can do slides, but
Right.
it's never
You can do it
like everything
in a
is in 12.
structured
And I never,
way. Yeah.
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 So that, yeah.
And what you're saying too, like I had similar experiences when I was younger where it wasn't even microtones for me when I was like a teenager because I didn't know about microtonal music back then, but I would hear, sometimes I'd hear something, I'd be like, what is going on here? Like honestly, like a Tool album, Anima or Anima, however you say that. The first, like someone recommended it to me, someone whose opinion I really trusted with music and stuff. And I listened to it and I was like, what is this garbage? This just sounds, it just sounded like soup. But I was intrigued at the same time. And I was like, I feel like there's something to it and I'm just not getting it. And I listened to it like two more times just because I was intrigued. And then I started to get it. And I started to hear the music and I started to feel it. And there was something about having to like earn the understanding and having to trust it to some degree where I didn't get it at first and having to kind of learn the sound. That was so amazing for me because I didn't know music could be like that. I always thought it was either either clicked right away or it didn't. And once I learned that, I became much more like like a much more open-minded listener and a lot less like judgmental, I feel like. But yeah, I imagine, man, I wish Savage was around when I was a kid or, a teenager or whatever. Because, yeah, that must be like quite amazing. But, yeah. I mean, but, even as an adult, I had similar experience getting microtonal music. Because at first it just sounded all like out of tune and made me like queasy. But now I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So,
That's exactly, you described it perfectly. That's
yeah.
exactly what it felt like.
Yeah, I would literally I would retune a couple notes on my piano and I would literally get headaches playing it. But then after like 2 or 3 days, it was like the most like stimulating thing I'd ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And yeah, that transformation is really amazing, an amazing thing to be able to experience. And I think is a big part of the appeal of microtonal music. And it's kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel like the more you do this stuff, at least for me, like the less I get that feeling, which I guess it's just the novelty wears off. But it's still, it still sounds amazing. It's still very intriguing. Does anyone have any? Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I agree that it's not. I don't get that same feeling of my brain is still trying to figure out how to categorize this as much because
Right.
yeah, but I mean it still sounds it still feels nice to explore and mess around and play with these notes because like it's not novel, but it's still not like completely internalized as much as
Right.
12
Yeah.
is, for example.
Yeah.
And I just it's really fun to try to I don't know, basically what we just said.
Yeah, it's fun to explore it and try to figure it out and
Yeah.
and to hear all the different things people are coming up with. Does anyone have any questions for Squib? Any questions? Zeno said, tuning of great minds. Yes. Oh, Mr. Leakey has a question. He says, which commas are most important to consider in music for rats? Which commas are most important to consider? Yeah, for music for rats. Mr. Leakey usually asks about rats.
Okay.
Any thoughts on this? Commas for rats.
Commas for rats. I don't know a whole lot about rats or their musical taste. But I
Right.
would say the Marvel comma is a really big one, just
Okay. Because why?
because it connects the 5 limit and 7 limit really nicely.
All right.
There's a thing I like to do where I should share my screen again
Yes,
so
please.
that you can hear it.
Hey, ambient esoteric, what's up, dude?
There's a thing I like to do in Magic Temperament where I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be Magic Temperament. It can be anything where the Marvel comma is tempered out. So if we just start the thing up, it's basically a major seventh chord, and then you move it up a little bit, but keep the top note the same. So it's like, oh, you can't hear it because I didn't. Okay, and it crashed. Okay, never mind. We're not doing that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what happened, but I'm not gonna try to fix it right now. It crashed. So,
Oh, no.
but it's just a major seventh chord,
Okay.
and then right after that you move the first three notes, the bottom three, up by one second, or
So
whatever.
it's like a
And
compressed
then it becomes a dominant seventh chord
oh,
because you
really?
temper it out. Yes,
Let's see.
because you tempered out the Marvel comma, which I think. I mean, I wish I could play it for you, but it doesn't like me at the moment.
Oh, man.
But I think the rats might like that one.
The rats would love that one, I'm sure. Mr. Leakey also asks, what is the best layout for music for rats? I'm sorry,
I gotta say Miracle. I gotta say Miracle.
Miracle, yes. It would definitely be
what did you
Miracle.
expect?
All right, any non-rat related questions by chance? There's sorry, nobody's been asking questions lately. It's like the last 2 or 3 interviews. Isn't anyone who watches these talks curious about anything? Just,
Maybe just like rats.
Garden Mice says, listen to the song artist also known as Squib. Does that mean something to you?
I don't know what that means.
Artist also known as Squib.
Artist also. I mean, I'm Squib. I guess I'm becoming a music artist.
This is Garden Mice.
Known as.
There's something about mice and rats. Something about rodents today.
I'm more into cephalopods personally.
That's one of them. They're big words. What? What's a cephalopod?
I like squids, octopi, cuttlefish.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have known that already, but all right. Cool. Well, do you have anything else you would like to share? Do you have any questions for the fans, for the viewers,
For the fans. Ooh.
for the people?
Questions for the people.
So I'm assuming they're people and not bots.
No, maybe they're rats.
At least one of them, if not two,
at least one of them is a rat.
is probably a rat. No. Very nice. Well, hey, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on, Squib. Anything you want to promote before you go? You don't have a website, I don't think, or an album?
I don't have a website at the moment. I do have a user page on the Zen Wiki, which I haven't put a whole bunch of stuff there.
Oh, so you have some writings on there? Yeah, we can share that.
I'm probably going to put some writings about equivalence on there.
We could share that if you want.
In the very near future.
Send me a link, and I'll put it on the video description.
I mean, I'll probably actually watch this video and then put it in there. Just like, because I mean, this has been great for like actually spelling out my thoughts.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I have these thoughts and I don't know how to translate them into normal people speak because I don't speak that. I speak Squib.
You should try to find a normal person to talk to. I don't know what you're doing talking to me, but
yeah, this is true.
yes.
But yeah, there's definitely gonna be some thoughts on there.
Yeah, nice. Well, hey, I'm another human at least. No,
Yeah.
but no, kidding aside, yeah, talking to somebody about stuff is definitely a good way to like, I don't know, kind of crystallize your ideas and all that.
Yep.
Very nice, very nice. Well, hey, Squib, this has been an interesting insight into your mindset, and I learned a lot, especially about kind of the rank 2 mindset. I for me personally, that's always been something that's been kind of difficult to understand. But I feel like I understand it a little better now. Like I understand a little more of the appeal, and kind of I think what I got the most out of this conversation is that in a way it is simpler. Like I think for me it's still not particularly appealing on a personal level, but I can kind of see how you get directly to the intervals and the chords you're looking for. And you're kind of ignoring everything else. And you have like a simple way to notate it, and you have a simple way to find those intervals. And you could even potentially translate that into playing like a fretless instrument I already knew you could do it with isomorphic controller or whatever, but yeah, I can kind of see more how it could be applied. And I do hope that, some of y'all, yourself included, will like get to actually practicing this stuff and showing off its potential, because I think that's kind of what we're missing from that particular domain.
Definitely.
We've heard a lot of people. I mean, we've got a lot of cool names and terms and ideas and stuff, but I would love to hear more music.
And that's definitely the thing that's missing, is that like I need to take this system that I've made and actually like make something beautiful with it, and then I can say here, like it does the thing.
Yeah, and it sounds like you kind of know what you're interested in. How long have you been stuck on Miracle? Like, how long has that been your primary focus?
Maybe a year. I don't know. I'd have to.
Hey, that's a decent amount of time. So
Something like that. Yeah.
So
I've definitely spent more time searching for Miracle than I have actually like trying to build a system off of it. But now that I'm here, it's moving faster.
Yeah, I think once you've kind of narrowed it down, then that's kind of what can get in the way of just like getting into a workflow of writing. Is just, I see this even outside of Rank 2 stuff, like in microtonal music, just in general, it's easy to get into a state of decision paralysis because there's just so much you could do. There's there's some way you could optimize it a little better, or get a little more, or explore something that feels a little more new to you, or and for some people it's fine because they're still along the way, they're still creating, they're still writing stuff. But I think for a lot of people it ends up being like just another decision that's kind of getting in the way. And I almost advocate just pick something. Just pick something, even if it's not perfect. Just start writing. Just get into that habit.
The whole creativity comes through the restriction thing. Yeah,
just pick something and start playing with it. And then, maybe you'll change your mind later, so what? At least you'll have some practice writing too, because that's almost like a separate endeavor, Like the skill set of picking a tuning is almost like distinct from the skill set of using a tuning. I think.
I did one of them.
Yes.
I just got to do the other one.
Right, yes. Well, hey, this has been an interesting talk.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, well, thanks for coming on, Squib. And hey, keep me posted if you put anything out. and
All right, I will.
you're welcome to come back whenever. All right, what are you about to get into? You about to pass out? You about to?
Yeah, I'm gonna go catch some sleepies.
Nice. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, dude, I'll
I'll see you
chat with
eventually.
you some other time. Yeah, yes, I'll
Yep.
definitely see you on the
Thank
Discord
you
and all
very much
that.
for having me.
Absolutely. All right.
All right.
Later.
Later.
All right, guys, that was Squib. Thank you, Squib, for coming on. Interesting conversation. Okay, I'm gonna play a little Lumatone. I need to take 5 though, so let's see. We were talking a bunch about Miracle Temperament. I'm gonna see if I can find any music in Miracle Temperament. I don't know that I'm seeing any. All right. I know there's stuff out there, but I don't know. Maybe if I go on. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finding anything. Here we go. Claude.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays because some love a rustic cabin. Others feel differently.
Okay, thank you. Claude Mene, I don't know how you say that guy's name. Okay. Well, I'll be back in a minute. That's the end of the interview. But yeah, when I come back, I'll play some Lumatone. I'm going to do some stuff in 31. 31 supports Miracle. But okay, we'll listen to this. Be right back.
Protect your family's dreams under our roof. American Family Insurance.
Hi everyone, it's Noah here from Nueva Armenia, and today I'd like to talk about 7-tone equal temperament, also called 7-EDO, 7-EDO, or a tuning that has 7 equal parts per octave. Let's listen. So we want to talk about why is this tuning interesting, where does it come from, what history does it have, why do I use it, what can we do with it, and what's the deal with this instrument and this tuning. So the tuning is really interesting because we can actually hear it in different folk traditions, different music from around the world. And an important example is in Thai music, has often been referred to as having very near 7 equal tuning, and even some musicians saying that the tuning is exactly 7 equal. In the early 20th century, there were some studies done in Mozambique, near Inhambane, with the Chopi musicians, who found that they use a very near 7 equal tuning that tends to deviate depending on which town the music is in. In my own experience, learning the Fulani Tambin in Gambia from some Guinean musicians, their music structure is very similarly based to a 7 equal tuning, although with the overtone structure of the Tambin flutes, it has a near 7 equal tuning as well. And as well with the music from the country of Georgia, some people said that 7 equal tuning works almost like a kind of an axis between different structures, almost somewhere between just intonation, which is a tuning based on rational harmonics, and 7 equal tuning as almost different metaphors, different concepts that we can use to consider tuning. And I really like 7 with the idea of it being some kind of a metaphor or a concept for how we can imagine tuning. In this case, with this jarana made by La Roria GC in Santiago Tuxtla, una jarana mosquito from Mexico. It's in near 7 tuning as well.
Yeah,
the
no,
idea
it's
was for it to be 7
stuff.
equal, but with the structure of the instrument, the tuning tends to change a little bit. But that's something that's not necessarily bad. That's something that we can take advantage with, because with 7 equal as a basis, especially considering different types of music around the world, we can see that its flexibility tends to be approximated better when we move the pitches around in different ways. So one of the reasons is that if we imagine 7 tones per octave, dividing the octave into 7 parts, which is, if we use cents to measure, then we're having 100 cents divided by 7, which gives us something around a tone between 150 and 200 cents. So we get this kind of neutral tone. And with 2 of them, so we're actually getting really close to around 180 cents, 185, and we end up getting this neutral tone, a neutral tone, and this neutral third. So the neutral third is somewhere in between this major and the minor, and depending on how we tune different strings, we can change to a major or a minor mode without too many problems. So this is one of the useful things about the neutral third, and especially the flexible tuning system, we're able to get these 3/3 identities, which kind of gives us an abstract way of looking at music. So with the 3 different identities being major,
All I know
neutral,
is
and
clipping.
minor, for example, the same neutral third, in certain situations we can tune a bit sharp, and then we'll take the
All right, thanks everybody who checked out the interview. Thanks everybody who's checking out this other nonsense. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with 31 equal. It's tuning of the year. Saw this scale from Zia. It's almost like a diatonic scale, but it's just got like a, I guess the 4 is raised. Anyway, she calls that Rosian. But yeah, it kind of feels like a hybrid of like diatonic and like Mothra. I mean, not Mothra, Mosh. Because like Mosh has all these, Mosh is just neutral. And then diatonic. And this Rosian scale. Kind of intermediate between both because it has like a neutral here, and it's got these I think it's Mosh major, and then Mosh minor triads. So it's got like 3 chords from Mosh, and then it's got like 3 from and it's got the other ones from diatonics. It's got major, neutral, minor. That was right. This would be Mosh major, and then major, and then oops. Sorry. Minor, Mosh, minor, and then back to major. So going down would be Mosh, minor, minor, major, Mosh, major, minor, neutral, and then major. Those are just the triads, obviously. So like one big difference between this and like diatonic is that you don't have this movement. Instead, you have this. Yeah, I've been trying out different scales in 31. Like, I really like this. Which is like super major 3rd and super major 7th. Supposed to be learning 37, yeah. So this mode kind of feels like a natural, like, resting point for the scale. So like, this would be like a neutral third, flat 7, major 6, which actually Zia was saying that same kind of thing, but yeah, if I start that scale on C, um, I feel like I can rest here pretty easily. That'd be a neutral third. Flat 7. So that'd be like mode 2 of this, I guess. Neutral third. And then this, it's kind of Phrygian. Comma steps, chromatic walks on grade 31. Yeah, I mean I think that's why everybody likes those little shimmer steps. They sound really good in 31. Yeah, thank you. That scale. Oh, by the way, Paleac, I did mention hobbled scales in the Now and Zen interview. And actually, the scale I'm trying out right now, I think it's kind of a hobbled scale. Well, that's one way to look at it. Because I need to check this out though. I think this would be a MOS and 32 EDO. Because the scale is 5 5 4 4 5 5 3. So I think at 32 you'd have 5 5 4 4 5 5 4, which would just be a mode of 5 5 4 5 5 4 4. Unironically, one of the better Nows and episodes. Well, thank you, dude. I haven't even listened back to it because I feel like embarrassed of like everything I was saying. It was just like random things I was thinking of. I'll probably listen to it eventually, but I'm like scared of it right now. It's too fresh. Like that podcast means so much to me that like I'm not trying to have like the best interview on there or anything like that. I'm not the most interesting person, but I just don't want to embarrass myself, say something I would regret. Because I feel like if it's on Now and Zen, it's like cast in stone. You're biased, not trying to glaze, but genuinely good podcast. No, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. Better than your yours. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. Hobbled 4L3S. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a hobbled 4L3S. So what is 4L3S and 32? Cause like in 31 it's basically like hybrid mosh diatonic. But it's also like a hobbled 32. They don't have a scales page for 32? What the heck? There's no scales section for 32? What the hell, man? It gets so overshadowed by 31. Hey, it's 12. It's perfect fifth is only 10 cents sharp. It's not that bad. $16 can do most of it. Yeah, I've heard some good stuff in 16. That's one of those tunings I don't want to touch, even though it obviously can do cool stuff. I'm trying to think what would that scale be? I guess I'll have to ask somebody who would know. 554 5544. It's sort of similar to. No, it's not. What is it similar to? It feels very familiar. but I can't put my finger on what it's close to. It's really close to diatonic. It's really close to mosh, right? It's just mosh, isn't it? (4L3S). That's just mosh. No, it's smitonic. Smitonic. Modes of 4L3S. Minor temperament. So 330. Yeah. So there's a bunch of temperaments that are associated with this depending on the size of the generator. So in 32 we have 337 cent. So that's 6/6. 6/6. 25 and 32. It's related to Kleismic. It's between mean tone and Mavilla. So this is like a, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's between mean tone and Mavilla. And then 31 does not have Mavilla, right? So this scale, it's 5/5/4, 4/5/5/3. So it's kind of like a hobbled 6/6. Whatever the hell that means. That doesn't mean anything to anybody. But there are names of modes for these. Nearaverine, Vivican, Lorcanic, Sothic. Jeez, man. These are crazy. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna mess with 32, man. It's, I'd say for weird tunings, I'm probably gonna prioritize 37, at least for this year. I'm trying to just not do too, trying to just not do too much. Trying to not bounce around. Because I'm having a really hard time not doing that. But I'm like trying to keep it contained. Like, cause there's tunings I really want to, like, I really keep wanting to mess with 43. But I'm like, no, I gotta do these other ones. Should organize a leaky psyop to do 5N. Yeah. Next year, dude. I mean, shit, you could still do a 5N. I don't know. I feel like maybe tuning of the year is not. I mean, I'm gonna do stuff for it, but like, that's not really what everybody wants. Like, people just want it. People want it to be a group thing, and it's really just nobody's contributing to it. And I know I'm like making myself focus on it because it's what's happening this year, so I'll probably get something out of it personally in that direction. People who voted 37 haven't bothered contributing anything. No, that's the thing, man. It's like, what's even the point? It's like people post 31 equal music, but it has nothing to do with tuning of the year. It's just because it's a popular tuning. So it's like, what's the point in tuning of the year anyway? Because people are doing stuff with 31, but the existence of tuning of the year doesn't seem to be adding anything. And I really don't want to start bugging people about doing stuff for it. But I feel like that's really what it takes. Like, somebody just has to take the initiative. Had 31 interest for like a couple weeks. I mean, dude, people are interested in 31 anyway. Like, I see questions online like once or twice a week. Somebody's like, are there any resources for 31 Ito theory? Like, it's either on Facebook or Reddit or Discord or whatever. Like, somebody's always looking for 31 Ito stuff. And like, that doesn't seem to change. And nobody's like, yeah, go to tuning of the year. I guess I'm not doing that either, though. But there's not much in tuning of the year. Imagine if we had 20. They know in mean tone, 5 limit is a scam and Pythagorean is the one true tuning. I watched that video, dude, and his wife is laughing the whole time. It was so funny, dude. At first I was like, she's literally laughing at him. This is so silly. And then I was like, dude, she's laughing too much. Like, she must be watching a video on her phone or something and not laughing at him. And then I read the comments and he's just like, yeah, my wife is laughing at me. I'm trying to teach her this stuff. And he just doesn't give a shit. It's so funny. It is charming, for sure. I wanted to be like, yeah, you should talk about the microtonal music community, because he was saying he might do a video on that, and I'm like, dude, I want that can of worms. Is obsessed with debating 3-limit supremacy for decades and makes a video. Any more crackpots? Dude, we have so many already. I think we're all crackpots to some degree. Some just are more graceful about it than others. There's another chord I got from Zia. I don't really know how to use this though. These like Mothra chords are really cool. It's kind of like a sus chord. You can hear a difference already. I've been focusing on that a lot lately. The velocity. It still doesn't feel natural to me. I keep like my habit. Like on piano, you have to. On Lumitone, you have to really hold back compared to piano. So like my tendency is just to play too hard. Does it feel more satisfying in general? It's getting better. It's still not what I want. Exactly. It's not like perfect, but I think I'm learning how to do it better. And as I feel a little more in control of the dynamics, it does feel better. But yeah, I really wish it had more. I wish it felt like it had more play, just in general. It's a weird, subtle thing. And I'm not sure that I've ever played a keyboard that really felt exactly right. But probably the best feeling keyboard I've played is the Korg SV1. It's just got a great feeling keybed. It's kind of springy, but it's like weighted keys. I don't know if springy is the right word. It's not actually springy. It's kind of bouncy. I don't know if there's even a meaningful difference between those, but you can probably apply a velocity map to the MIDI input to piano tech to make it feel more like piano dynamics. I think the problem is that when you play the key at a certain, like with a certain amount of force, that's going to be 127. Like that's going to be maximum. And I don't think there's any way to adjust that. You can like calibrate the keys and stuff, but I think basically the ceiling is kind of low. Maybe there's more wiggle room than I think there is. But I don't know. Maybe there is. Maybe I should play with it more. I'm gonna try to get used to these new settings first for a little while. Like basically to play it more dynamically, I need to just like constantly remind myself to play softer. That's more or less all I need to do. Or not. I mean, it's not like perfect if I do that, but I'll have a lot more dynamics if I do that. What I really should do is just turn my speaker way up, because that'll just encourage me to play softer, I think. Yeah, it's hard. I feel that there's more dynamic range, but finding that region of control is really hard because it feels like it's a much more limited span of force that gives you variety and dynamics. So it's like compared to my like muscle memory from piano, it's like I have to fine tune a very specific range of control, which is like I feel like practicing this and then going to piano, it's probably going to help me to play softer on piano, which is not is which is good. I mean that's actually a really difficult thing to do. Is to control like the very soft dynamics and getting kind of like the more subtle dynamic variation, like a variety of soft is like harder, I think, than like a variety of loud, for instance. But that seems to be like kind of where all of the energy has to go. Because basically like medium loud on piano is like maximum on Lumitone. Yeah, like medium loud on piano is like loud as it gets on Lumitone. So it's very weird in that way. And it's very hard to like work against my like muscle memory, I guess, on that. Like it's really easy to play too loud on this. All right, let's see. Oh, I'll do something else. Um, Basically, God demoner it or else. Whoa, dude. What? What? What do you mean, man? What did I do? How will we ever learn about music for rats at this rate? We could be paving the way. Oh man, I can never do anything right, man. If I do too much rat stuff, people say, well, what about the human stuff, man? Why don't you do more human stuff? So then I do more human stuff. And then the rat people are like, why don't you do more rat stuff, man? I'm trying to hang out with my rat and have them have a good time with me. I want to hang out with me. They're always biting me and avoiding me and stuff, and I want them to like me. So help me out. And I say, look, man, I tried, but then the humans are like, oh, I played that rap music for my kid to bond with them, and my kid started biting me. What? And no matter what I do, someone bites, man. Everybody's getting bit. You gotta pick a species and stick with it. God darn it all to heck. Hey, man, you need to watch your language, man. 18 and up stream. If you're under 18, you better turn this video off right now. Dude, I'm gonna tell your mom what you've been doing. Watching microtones. That ain't right. Microtones are a gateway to antisocial behavior. Dude, you can hear that pedal sound on this. Crazy. Okay. Well, shit. Fun jams. I should probably go mix some. I appreciate everybody checking out the stream. Thanks again to Squib for coming in and chatting with us. I'm still working on the album, getting close. So streams are kind of up in the air, but I'm gonna try to stream. I got a few in last week. At least do those like 2-hour Lumitone streams. Try to get a few of those in this week, but we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks again. Y'all have a good rest of your day, rest of your night. And yeah, catch y'all next time. Goodbye.